Ladies and gents, welcome to the Rising Star League here for SpellForce 3. In the green color, Farlon is going to be playing as the Undead. Very fancy. On the other side of Empyrean Coast, we've got humans, played by PumP. Heroes are going to be the Wolfguard Commander, and we've also got the Rotten Lord. That one's for Farlon. This is a recently added hero. I'm not sure how good that's gonna be. Looks like we're starting off with a small hero versus hero fight, but maybe not, as PumP decides to leave. The standard pathing on this map should be to try and get this sector up and running. It's very useful if you can. As for the undead, they're gonna be focused on stone and wood mostly for construction, but Farlon actually going for a shiny triple hunting outpost build, which is highly unusual. Usually you just get extra an extra woodcutter instead, so I'm really interested to see how he'll deal with all that. Now let's take a look at his perks. We've got Undead Horde, which means that after killing an enemy, he will summon a walking corpse, which is going to mean that he's going to have an insane amount of walking corpses, and these are permanent, right? So these are not going to time out or anything like that. In fact, they'll regenerate even, which is insane. Then for skills, he's got himself Raise Corpse, which, you guessed it, you can raise a walking corpse with a skill as well as with a kill. He's also got the Maggot Swarm ability, which will apply the Maggot Infestation, which is this nerf that deals damage over time, pure damage, and reduces the enemy's attack damage, so from like weapon attacks. Then we've got Bite, which is a leech ability, and it lasts quite some time. So if you can get into melee and grab a target, then you can leech quite a bit of health from them, and you'll be applying bleeding to them as well. The leech itself is damage, pure damage that can't be resisted, so yeah, pretty big deal. Whereas PumP, he's just going for the good old left side Wolfguard Commander. I think you guys have seen that enough times that I don't have to explain it by now. The royal flags are coming up. So overall, timing wise, this is not too bad from PumP. He's gone down this side and down, had to teleport back, but no big deal overall. This is scary though. I mean, that is a significant number of walking corpses. If Farlon just ends up going into the workers, I think he can cause a lot of chaos in there. If he doesn't focus on unit production, he can get a quick tier 2 and unlock that ability for walking corpses to actually multiply themselves, or you can just go for the Medusa and get some early creeping done as well. This is some pretty interesting stuff. Oh, by the way, the series sizes are pretty much always going to be just best of 5, except once we get to the finals. We're nowhere near there yet. Another walking corpse has been summoned. It looks like they have taken some pretty significant AoEs here from the Stalker Medusa. And eventually, I think they will go down. Especially with the Wolfguard Commander here, huge opportunity to get in the middle of all the walking corpses and farm them for some XP. The Medusa once again dealing some AoE damage. Just need to see a spin to win from his Wolfguard Commander. Come on, PumP. Don't be scared. Yeah, it's the stuff. That's a nice little multi-kill there. But Farlon already is on level 4 with this hero. That's a little scary. Let's see what skill he picked. He's got Gluttony, which gives him a lot of extra health. This is not like the other health perks. Also, health per second. But it reduces his movement speed a little bit. So, you know, there is a little bit of downside to that specific perk. That's why it gets to be better than the other heroes. If Farlon can get all these Medusa without PumP intervening,
I'm at your command.
that would be actually a huge deal. And on top of everything, Farlon is still harassing with these walking corpses, denying the workers a little bit of gathering there. Interesting. So yeah, the Medusa will be cut down at least by half, but probably a lot more, because PumP is still not coming. He's got the fancy weapon for the Wolfguard commander, but he's not here, right? Didn't use teleports, didn't do anything like that. Farlon's getting the majority of this. He may or may not actually end up having, you know, level 5 directly. But it's gonna be very, very close. Nearly there. Just a handful kills left and he'll have it.
We're being attacked.
So let's see what else is coming out of Farlon space. We're seeing a whole lot of walking corpses, but no tier 2. So he definitely didn't hurry up with that too much. The metal gatherers are, the carriers are having a little bit of trouble delivering. But yeah, the scrappers are hard at work in both scrap bases. Remember, the undead, they don't need iron. Don't use it at all. And they also use echoes, so they have 2 infinite resources here like the trolls. It's pretty wild. Well, food is infinite. They have 3 infinite resources. Storm Wyvern getting a little bit of bleeding. It hurts, but so does the Chain Lightning. And Zombos absolutely do get it. Once again, PumP is not interfering with it. Should be definitely much more on top of this. But he's been off on the other side doing I don't know what. Farlon just quite largely favored here. Actually reaches level 6. Now maybe it won't be the walking corpses getting anything done, but the hero itself has very high potency here. We're getting now into the ultimate skill territories, but actually didn't get the abomination skill just yet. That will be very useful once it is done. Trying to teleport out and just about managing to do so at freaking 40 health. that's insane. But yeah, he managed.
Looking for potions and scrolls.
And now we have to watch him show up.
Just what you need.
Corpse Collectors is one of the skills he's unlocked, which is
Yes? Want to trade?
what does it actually do? This outpost will slowly take corpses in its sector and revive them as walking corpses. Interesting. And he's dual wielding. Oh my god. That's insane. It's got dual wield with the Butcher's Cleaver. Amazing. He's got 2 rings of nullification, so he's getting himself some extra resistances. He's got himself the tier 3 armor as well. And overpowering stench. Bit of a stinky corona cloud. Target is living. Apply the condition to enemy creatures for 5 seconds. So it lasts quite long. The effect itself lasts 10 seconds, but you have to reapply it every 5 seconds apparently. It drains 1 focus per second. Wow, that's annoying for sure. And then it reduces the power multiplier for abilities. Reduces movement speed slightly as well. Oh boy. It's a lot of debuffs and like damage over time effects. PumP must be confused about what on earth is happening to his units. And then on top of that, all his boys are turning into walking corpses. Farlon didn't manage to get out of this, but he managed to trade a hero. His hero. Oh wait, he's coming back to life. Wait, what perk is this? Does he have a corpse explosion now as well? It's the skeleton warrior. What is this? Excuse me. Undying abomination. Okay, this is a revival spell, basically. Interesting. It's a very low health resurrection, but I mean it works, right? He's got several points into gluttony, so he's got pretty decent health regeneration. Very nice, very nice. And then Undead Horde is now at level 2. think he's buffing the walking corpses at this point. Well, the other skelly units are just created from the barracks, of course. PumP does have a pretty decent army at this point, but he's still very far off level 5, so eventually we'll have to go after this Inferno Golem in the corner. Somebody has to do it, but it won't be Farlon, not with this walking corpse army. They have some pretty solid buffs on them at 41 strike damage, and you guys will have to forgive me for the somewhat uninformed cast on this one. I haven't seen this hero very much. So not only does this tournament have the undead faction in it, if the players agree to use it, but also there's new heroes, and the undead faction has new heroes on top. So yeah, well, this is the new hero for the undead. Well, it makes sense to include the most popular mod in the game, right? Fun fact, the watchtowers of the undead throw skeletons. Makes sense. It's insane. Well, PumP has to leave this. There's no way he can stick around for more. Might lose an Arbalest still on the way out if these walking corpses end up fast enough. I'm a little surprised they are faster than regular ranged units, because, I mean, they are just walking corpse zombies. But in the end, the Arbalest does get away. Both players are in tier 2. We've got the first bunch of Spires of Souls coming up for Farlon. For the Humies, we're looking at a lot of fortified outposts. It's all fortified outposts, so all the money now can just go into military and research. PumP will need some billets to improve the housing situation here. It's currently population blocked. But he's the one with more sectors. Farlon needs to act and get some damage done for real. Needs to be soon. He's at the most spending the scrap on skeleton warriors, but also his scrap went absolutely nuts in the last bunch of moments. Not sure how much more scrap is here. The base isn't tagged with it. And even with his view, we can't actually see how much the scrap is. Oh wait, I can do this. Yeah, there's no scrap now. So that's just run out. What you see is what you get. Also, Empyrean Coast only has one single Tainted Obelisk here in the middle. Humans controlling that is a big deal. But it's not the end of the world for a long time to not have it. Tons of debuffs are coming through. This Wolfguard commander is taking a significant amount of damage, but she should just be able to walk out of all this without too much issue. Echo's getting harvested, and a little bit is going to Farlon's base. It's not anything crazy so far. Rotten Lord can tank this all day, apparently. Even the base firing at it has been no issue whatsoever. We've got catapults joining in. The Skelly Archers are finally being cut down by the Wolfguard commander. I mean, her high damage here is definitely going to make a difference. They don't have a lot of magic resists. We've got the first bunch of undead trolls coming up. A little late to the party, but hey, they'll add some much needed siege damage. But only 10 of this damage is siege. 90 is strike. Still, it's better than nothing. The Skellies are only going to tickle buildings after all. The walking corpses have been upgraded, and what they do now is whenever they kill some enemies, including workers, they keep multiplying in numbers. So Farlon is absolutely all over the iron bases at the moment, doing some great harassment against PumP. He's even in the wood lines. They are everywhere. Hans gets the Familienwerfer. Eventually they'll take down the Iron Mites. I mean, they don't have any good damage, right? It's good against workers who have barely been upgraded so far. But even sending 2 or 3 infantrymen might not be enough, honestly. Uh-oh. You know, this disease application might be a little much. I don't know. Like, they also cause bleeding. Also causing disease? That's a bit intense. Anyways, with the keepers here and extra infantrymen, all will be cleaned up. It's all good. So what's Farlon's next idea? He did shut down that iron for a super long amount of time, and he is going tier 3. Which is going to mean that we're going to see border fortresses here from the undead. All is well on that front. Another shopping run. Bought some pots and weakening orb, I suppose.
Orders?
And PumP, much more interested in taking on the Inferno Golem. If he gets that, he'll be level 6 as well. Yeah, level 6 should be about it. Oh, good dodge there. Only one of the infantrymen got tickled by the flames. No problem. But now they're gonna be tickled by these giant golem fists. And that's much more painful. Just being near him also causes a little bit of damage. But one of the abilities gets cancelled here. Oh god. Yeah, that one went through. A bunch of infantrymen falling. Farlon's gonna attempt to do the same thing, but he's got the undead trolls. They do cause siege resist and weakening coming through. That siege resist isn't gonna help the golem, is it? But it's doing so much damage still against all these undead units. It's kind of wild. A lot of them will be falling, but I think Farlon is willing to pay the price for some extra levels, as was PumP, who lost a significant amount of units. Golem goes down on both sides. Level 8 versus level 6 is going to be the result of that. All the undead trolls seem to be surviving except that one. That's very acceptable. There's more scrap down here as well. And Farlon has been harassing the iron area once more. There is a watchtower this time around, so it will be much more difficult to make this work. But yeah, with tier 3 in for Farlon, he can start working on the outposts and get them upgraded to higher levels. Once he has the food, right now he has got a bit of resource imbalance, right? So that's got to be fixed. We've got neither of the ultimates still. Like grapple is a super nice skill. You basically latch on to the enemy hero and just hold them down, eating them alive. It's nasty. Applies a lot of damage, obviously, but most importantly, it makes them not move, right? And it's every 1 second that you leech health, so you actually have a chance of staying alive in that situation. Whereas for PumP, we have finally Earthshatter for the Wolfguard commander. She's also got her wedding dress, which is going to help a lot with survival overall. Rotten Lord at 3,300 health, though. He can take this. Farlon's getting debuffed in every way imaginable. The Rotten Lord is still tanking like a Chad. Watchtower is holding strong for the most part. Some of these infantrymen are getting diseased. Gotta be careful when you hard commit, but it looks to me like PumP is pumping through. He's got a crazy pump going. lots of units here for our humans, whereas the undead have been kind of whittled down a little bit. They're definitely gonna have to take the chill pill. Watchtower is getting repaired as well now. Very significant repair rate. This is a border fortress, so attacking is gonna be difficult. All the trolls have died a second time. And this is even unupgraded infantry. Even the arbalists aren't upgraded for range. And keepers are going to be a great addition here, though, either way. Got the border fortresses coming up now for the undead. Food's running out in the main. So farm transition will soon take place. Farms do take 4 workers for the undead. They're pretty expensive, though. Fresh corpses and recycled bones are getting upgraded now, so that's going to make them cheaper and spawn in pairs of 2. Very much a horde faction. to nobody's surprise. Yeah, Farlon's gonna have to hold on to dear life as he gets out the elite units like the Envoys of Death. We are just coming out of the regular barracks. But at some point he'll also be wanting the... I'm not sure if it's called a Dark Temple for them as well. I think it's not. I forget what it's called. Where the elite units are. It's Corrupted Temple, right? It's a Corrupted Temple. They can make bloaters there if you have Echo. Could be useful against these lighter units. All that bleeding damage from Maggot Infestation, or rather just pure damage, is... well, bleeding is pure, but anyway. It's doing a lot of work. The Envoys of Death are just better versions of the Keepers, honestly. In pretty much every single way. They have the same health, more damage, better resistances. So yeah, they're super good, but they can't be upgraded to have this range ability. However, they can cleave if you upgrade them. Ah, finally we have the Flesh Golem out. Nice. That's just the unit made from the building though. We still haven't seen the Abomination summon. Could get the lesser Flesh Golem always from the hero. Definitely worth it. I don't know if Farlon should be attacking here. I think PumP can still absolutely defend himself. Especially as his boys are taking some time to heal up. And once he starts pumping out the... pump. If he starts pumping out the Champions, I think he'll absolutely stop having troubles. Those units are insane. So yeah, humans are definitely very capable of defending themselves. Although these guys have less armor slightly than the Envoys, at least in the Pierce department. They pretty much match everything else. They have more damage but less health. They can also cleave. So very comparable units, those. Flesh Golem goes down, but so does the base. I'm not sure what happened with PumP there. He's not gonna have the stone to actually build the base back up. And he might lose the hero to the focus fire from the Skelly archers. There are also so many walking corpses here. What is going on? The more PumP is losing units, the more walking corpses there is. I guess he just got somehow overwhelmed. I'm not sure what happened here. Everything was looking fine up until this last moment where his base blew up and his hero died. He had some resources in the bank. I guess he just didn't pump out the champions that he so desperately needed. It could have gone either way. That was a close game. And yeah. Something went wrong there with production, really. That's all that happened, as far as I can see. Seems definitely doable. I'm not really sure if Farlon's hero is that great. I mean, he's definitely an awesome tank. So in that sense, he did the job. Gamers all around the flat simulation. We are here at game 2. We've got Farlon once again in the green, but this time playing as the humans, which is gonna be, in fact, a mirror matchup. PumP also sticking with the humans. However, there's a hero difference, so PumP seems to like the Wolfguard Commander, but Farlon hates the Wolfguard Commander. He's going with the Royal Mage. Should be very quick to clean up against the undead. I wonder what skills he's picking. Fire Nova and Hailstorm make perfect sense here. 2 AoE skills, a little bit of damage. We'll be very quick to dispatch of these boys and then maybe even add in another point. Or point in Fire Might, that can also be pretty good. Actually, goes completely without focus and adds Spark and Biting Frost. Actually snipes the hero, the scout with that, using his own scout as well for that. Different pathing strategy from both of the players. Sorry, I forgot to cue the music. So Farlon's going this way and then assume he likes to be aggressive, right? He likes to go down there. I think that's what will happen. Normally, an average player would just teleport back to the second base and go down to get this Godstone, which is hidden in the Fog of War. Here you can see it in the bottom. But Farlon more aggressively likes to take over the enemy sectors. I'm not sure he'll get to here. Oh, he's shopping. He's not doing it this time. Okay.
We're being attacked.
Oh, he's not predictable either, is he? So, there is that. Anyway, stonecutters for both players in the Oh, free scouts! Excuse me, I didn't look at the minimap that much. We've got free scouts. And they're already bullying the royal flag. They might actually get it down. Forcing a teleport back from the Wolfguard commander instead of a more ideal teleport. Farlon will pay the price with one scout, but he bought himself a lot of time. Also has his fancy shiny sword, which is an addition in the mod. You don't get this in the normal game. So the elemental blade is pretty expensive. But hey, if you are willing to spend a lot of moolah on that, then by all means. He actually kept his basic staff. And what this does is it has a chance to cause these explosions, as well as the status effects with Arcane Scorching or Chilled. It really does add up, actually. Like when you have a lot of weak enemies in a battle, it becomes pretty easy to finish them off with that sword. And then the Royal Mage has some pretty significant abilities on top, right? He's kind of the king of AoE. It's really him and the Archdruid of the Elves. I think those are the best AoE heroes. Although you could say that new elf Chill Chick is pretty good as well. The Ice Priestess. Farlon just horsing around every time, man. Like, I got wrong regarding what he's doing, right? He's not doing the crazy pathing, but he's still horsing around. Really good harassment, by the way. And I think at some point you can split these off into yet another group. I wonder how many more there will be. Can you go even heavier into the horses? I'm not so sure, because the infantrymen are just going to be so difficult to take down. These guys don't have strike resistance, since in fact it's negative for them. So they really can't fight the infantrymen too easily. And Farlon just lost one as well. I'm gonna go after the Medusas now. But they do pierce damage, and the scouts do resist that. So I guess in that sense they'll be good tanks. They'll not be dealing a lot of damage though. Not even cost effectively. They're fast. They can get there. They can harass. But it's not a perfect unit by any means for combat. Even with the upgrade. Even with the upgrade, it's not the best. Oh, the Royal Mage. Whew, absolute last possible second to chug that potion. Farlon gets stabbed another time. He would have gone down. Overall, good job distracting the Wolfguard commander. And now with the additional units, it should be easy for the mage to go after the other Medusa camp. And this might actually be a fairly short game if the Royal Mage gets level 5 and PumP doesn't. Keep your eyes peeled for that. The flag denial doesn't work out. 2 more horses go down, but it's not just about the actual mission that they had. Like, obviously the maximum objective is deny the flag, right? It doesn't always work out. You still buy time. The hero is not out there fighting creeps and making new bases. So that's a victory in and of itself. Look at this. This base is not claimed. Farlon has that. So he doesn't have to ever go back there. His hero can focus on more important stuff. Like this. Okay, downing the Medusa there should be no big issue. Not gonna find anything by the stone base, unfortunately. There's woodcutters. You could cut down the woodcutters. And there's a level 5, ladies and gents. 2 Medusa camps. That's all it takes. The chilled Wolfguard Commando gets frozen. Farlon really loves to pick that freeze,
We're being attacked.
as it basically gives him a lot of control over what happens next. He skillfully swaps to the ranged weapon to pick off the infantry. You actually have to open this thing up and like really quickly right click the weapon that you want. Absorb the elements has been picked, but not Starfall, not Hailstorm or anything like that. We've got 2 points in the passives there. Fighting Frost level 2 is what makes you freeze chilled people. Alright, no more horsing around. But Farlon has a significant lead on the number of bases. He's owning all of the iron sectors. So it will be difficult actually for PumP to break through here. He does have the double barracks, but so does Farlon. It's just the 2, right? Yeah. No. Actually, there's 4 of them for PumP. So once he's got the economy sorted out, which I believe he does now, the last of the workers are being created. He should be able to outproduce Farlon a little bit, but the Royal Mage is pretty good at managing the situation, so I'm sure that he can just be a little bit aggressive for a while longer, making use of that 5th level that he's got. Get some pickoffs here and there. Especially pairing the guy with so many Arbalists is good because you got 2 strong single target skills. So you focus fire the Arbalist and then you use your 2 single target skills to finish off the infantrymen. I think that's very nice for sure. And here we are. He's picking off every single unit that we're looking at. Well, the Wolfguard Commander gets in the middle of the Arbalist. This is a little bit dangerous now for Farlon. He probably should be careful, but if he gets another kill on that Wolfguard Commander, which he does, that is huge. Now, he's at the moment got the absorbed fire and ice, which gave him the cleave to finish off all the enemy Arbalists, and his own ones are just getting away with it at very low health. So overall, a net positive once again for Farlon. PumP has eaten the snowball.
We're being attacked.
And it was yellow. Damn. Pretty strong snowball situation though that Farlon has got going on. Just needs the extra barracks, which he's now making in this bottom sector. It's close to the fight, which is great for reinforcing. However, you know, it can get overwhelmed. It's just if you're this far ahead and you're in enemy worker lines to cut down the income, you can get away with it. It's okay. It's more scary in the more even games where you're overextending yourself and the other guy just shows up with a big army and smashes your base. Then it's a problem because you have to remake it elsewhere. Oh, looking for more targets in the main base. Also, there's a merchant right here where he can get his tier 3 armor.
Yes.
Maybe some
come
pots.
closer. I'm sure I have just what you
Yeah, that
need.
seems good.
Chop, chop, man. Let's get to work. Axes, daggers, swords.
Level 6 is still pretty
We're
far
being
away.
attacked.
Oh, PumP actually didn't buy pots. He's got 5k in the bank, so he absolutely should consider it. Maybe the weapon and some pots. These being a level 4 is a lot better than 3, but... Oh, this still hurts. The explosion also got procced from the sword. And absorbed fire and ice, obviously the cleave effect from that and the crazy attack speed that the Royal Mage gets is just scary to deal with for all these Arbalists. I'm not sure there's much hope left here. Farlon is cutting down everything in sight. Even stealing resources now. Wow. That's it for all the carriers, isn't it? All the others are occupied, so it is what it is. The way tier 2 is achieved for both sides. Oh, unfortunately PumP still has his stonecutter belt. It doesn't show up as idols, so until he directly looks, he has no way to know. Kinda gotta make a mental note of that kind of stuff. We'll have the iron mines coming in as well. Soon TM. He's making 2 here, that's a lot. Can't actually man them until he dismantles something else. Which he could do. Could move the stone over to another sector. Farlon very consistently gets the freeze effect on the Wolfguard commander. It must feel bad to to PumP unable to act here. I wonder what the extra weapon is for the Wolfguard commander, if there's any. Wow. Both of the explosions proccing there, that was such a huge effect. Wolfguard commander goes down. Just too many Arbalists at this point. Farlon an absolute bully. I think it wouldn't be shocking if PumP just quit here. He's gonna hold on just a while longer, pick off what weak units he can. Ooh! Lisha is here, so we could do our games, actually. For the Rising Star League. This might be a good idea. I'll do the cast first. I'll do the cast first. Wolfguard Commander is back. Farlon does take over the base, however, and if he upgrades the base, then he claims all the resources that once belonged to it. So that would make a lot of sense. Not sure where PumP is trying to go. I guess it's a shopping run again.
Chop, chop, man.
And then he'll be ready to use the Godstone to teleport over. Alright, we got the fortified outpost. The iron mines are gonna get to work, but by the time this finishes up, I'm not even sure what he's trying to buy with that much.
We need to expand.
Infantryman, it's the upgrades, isn't it? No, it's tier 3. No, what is it then? What is PumP trying to spend iron on? I can't see anything. Didn't have upgrade structures for anything like that. It's just infantry that he's producing. Well, Farlon's absolutely shrekking this base at the moment. He's got so much firepower. The infantry can just stick around and smack the base, and oh wow, he gets in the middle of all the Arbalists and absolutely wrecks them. His hero does go down as well. He didn't chug the potion at the end there as he was out.
We need to expand.
So it was a good little trade there. Still gets the base kill, and his Arbalists finish off the blue ones. PumP does have to get out at this point. What a great trade again by Farlon, and making use of that special sword. I think it might be a little too strong maybe. But it's definitely fun. Wolfguard Commander needs a special sword too. Or something. Lots of damage dealt by the hero. Farlon says he has to nerf it. We'll see after the tournament, yeah. We've got game number 3 then. PumP playing as the humans in the blue. This is his last chance, actually. If he can't make it here, he's out of the tournament. On the other side of the map, Farlon fighting for his life as well, but quite comfortably so at the moment. Also humans, once again, Royal Mage, so a repeat of the previous matchup, but a very different kind of map. A lot more space to expand, not so much fighting over individual sectors. But you can still make an aggressive play happen towards that angle. And now it's PumP going with the extra scouts. Will there be more scouts from Farlon as well? Oh no, Farlon actually wanted to ban this map, but actually banned Evergreen instead. Oh no. That's unfortunate.
This will be a masterpiece.
Well, it looks like Farlon is looking to play it as a 2-player map. Just heading up to harass the main base directly, maybe. It really is what it's looking like. Yeah, he's going directly to attack. The scouting post should be finishing for PumP without any issues. All the resources were delivered. I don't think Farlon can stop it, even if he tries. So it's just smarter to run past. 91% food missing. What? Why is food missing? Oh, the worker's holding it. Right. Well, he maybe could have stopped it, but... proxy time. It's proxy time. Trying to stake the sector here. It's going to be a bit of a Euro battle, but all the AoEs of the Wolfguard commander have been used up. And Farlon's taking all the juice. Nice. He's got all the XP from that, basically. Oh! Wolfguard commander's getting so low, but she does chug a pot real quick. The scouting post is going up. Wolfguard commander gets quite bonked over there. And Farlon will just probably head back here to farm the remaining cutthroats and undead.
Wrong.
Should be no issue to get to level 3 at the very least. And then we'll see if he's interested in going after the revenants. It might be that he is. This is an interesting spot for the stonecutters. It's very risky, very harassable, but hey, look at this. Once again, forcing the Wolfguard commander to teleport around, following these little harass groups, instead of expanding, whereas Farlon is leveling up that Royal Mage. All he needs is that fancy level 5 again. He'll probably get his sword again as well. Farlon's collecting item ideas in the chat. We can also collect them in the YouTube comments after the fact, if you guys have any item ideas. It doesn't mean there can be only one per each. I'm sure it goes in the pool of ideas that there are. Not many bases are getting upgraded here. Ah, this one. Yes, that makes sense because you can then drag in the revenants. And PumP probably is interested in the iron sector, considering that he hasn't been able to freely move around. Oh my. He hasn't been able to move around because of these guys. Farlon does lose the scout, but does knock down the flag in the end. Wolfguard commander comes back to re-erect it. But hey, Farlon's already level 3. He's got an infantryman to help. 2 infantrymen to help. And he's ready to go after the revenants. If he does it here and there, then that's really all that was needed. Oh, the infantryman might get picked off here by the base, however. This is gonna be ugly. Yikes, is he even gonna get out? Woo! 15 health. Just about. Well, going after the Revenant Knights isn't much of a problem. The strong one does remain buffing all the others with the armored boon. 50% extra resist, so it's definitely worth taking down the strong one first so that the others get easier. And Farlon is doing what he can to now focus it down. And the other goes so much faster, as you can see. Wolfguard Commander finally starting to catch up at least a little bit. And that's a cleanup. Now for level 5. I think Farlon might be more traditionally inclined in this match and then actually get these Godstone sectors in the middle. There are 4 of them here, 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 here. So you can get maybe 2 of them just to get around a little faster. And then in the middle also we have a merchant where he'll find his sword. He'll probably pick that up. Whereas PumP is just going around the edges, picking off what creeps he can and buying as many flags as he can. They are free, so you might as well, but there are more important things in life than erecting flags. There's a sword, for example, much more important. Well, that's a pretty high damages that are possible with this thing. It's big random range. Never enough flags, says PumP. Well, level 5 isn't far away now for Farlon. Wow, he keeps triggering those explosions. Level 5 is achieved. I wonder if he's gonna bother at level 6, because if he gets the remaining Revenants, he could absolutely do that. PumP working on level 5 as well. Most of the Revenants are down, but to get the rest, he has to go over here. And I'm not sure that's the direction he'll go. He'll probably check down here first. Oh no, he teleported for it. But they're already gone. So, I guess this is a good time to have a moment of rage and knock down Farlon's base here with the double barracks. Since you're not gonna have level 5, but Farlon's already working on level 6.
We're being attacked.
He's not far off, to be honest. I think you should go defend his base. Although if he doesn't, there's plenty to fall back to. It's not a huge deal. Yeah, he's gonna go defend it. He should have no problem with this. Oh! The interrupt does interrupt. Should have the capability to freeze the Wolfguard Commander, no?
Being attacked.
Yeah, he has Biting Frost too. It's the same build as last time. While the Wolfguard Commander is frozen, he can just turn his attention to the other units, dealing quite some damage there. Both the cold and fire explosions are being dealt. Ooh! Wolfguard Commander nearly goes down again. PumP has to leave, but he did take down the base. Did kill some of Farlon's units, not losing too many of his own. But it is more that he lost. It's just upgrading the base all over again. Will take time. It's not free either. And PumP does have more remaining population, so... Oh, what is this watchtower doing here? Farlon with the tower rushes every time, man. He didn't get to actually pull it off, so this is just a net resource loss. PumP could attack the base and try to take it down, take it over. He's also got his hero with the tier 3 items. Farlon doesn't have an armor here, so might be susceptible to a bit of focus firing.
Alright then, let's get to it.
Tier 2 is coming through for Farlon, not for PumP, however. Pops the element absorption. Getting right into the middle of everyone, and there go the explosions. Oh, the hero goes down, however, to the focus fire, and that's level 5 then for PumP. Some pretty decent progress, but I'm betting Farlon will just use this opportunity to buy an armor and spend the remaining money on, I don't know, maybe a ring. Nothing wrong with that idea. Tier 2 also means that some keepers could be made or something like that, but I doubt that we're gonna head in that direction. Maybe just upgrade the existing infantrymen. There's so many of them anyway. No doubt, PumP has gotten himself Earth Shatter.
We need to expand.
Actually, there's no level 2 whirlwind or anything like that. Instead, we have Replenishing Strike 2, which heals the nearby allies and the Wolfguard Commander by 30 each time. Not a very strong heal. I think it might have been slightly overnerfed. Okay, everyone's piling up again. Farlon did buy all the things I said, and it's equipped now too, but he didn't buy pots.
Our population is at maximum capacity. We need to expand.
This is PumP's opportunity to get level 6 before Farlon grows out of control. So Farlon does have more stuff in general. Gotta be really careful here, but oh, the Wolfguard Commander gets frozen. So Farlon actually gets to reduce the blue army quite significantly here. PumP has to be careful here. He did use Earth Shatter before this fight started on the on the Revenants actually. Farlon gets level 6. Oh my, does that mean he's gonna... I think you know what that means. He's gonna Starfall, isn't he? PumP takes a big fight. If his hero gets frozen, it might not be easily visible. Oh, there it is. There's a Starfall. The infantry is surrounding it. Oh my goodness. It did so much damage. And PumP's not moving still. His hero is frozen. She's getting sniped. Absorb the Elements is on. And yeah, that's... This guy just two-shot the Arbalest with the regular attacks. What is happening? It's so strong. That thing is way too strong, that sword. Oh no. Well, PumP's running away with his tail between his legs. There's no population left here. Farlon should be able to steamroll any base he chooses. Just go for the iron sectors, I guess, and that will do the trick. He's also rich enough to keep building new bases and maybe upgrade the infantry all behind this. There's none of that happening right now, just more production. Even in the support garrison, there's no catapult being made or anything like that. Can't be far off though from having a forge and the upgrades. Wolfguard Commander is not being remade. Oh, okay, she is. I was surprised. Nearly back. There's a good number of fortified outposts, so they'll definitely help with the defense. It's just that population difference is starting to be a little scary. Farlon does need some extra billets. Doesn't have that many resources for it. The wood is starting to get a little low, but if he fights, if he loses a bunch of resources anyway, units, I mean, then he'll be able to make more to replace them. Oh, the interrupts coming through the Wolfguard commander. The chill, the freeze. She can't move. Level 7 for Farlon. And now he does have a catapult. Oathshatter does come through, but the fortified outpost seems to be getting destroyed. And the population difference between the two players is only growing so far. Wolfguard commander gets focus fire down by the Obelisk. She went in a little bit too deep. And you don't have to... You do have to respect the Royal Mage's damage as well. Especially as he's running away. I think Farlon didn't want to heal that back up with potions. He just let the hero die instead. It's not like PumP was going to be able to defend the sector or anything like that. And that's going to be a solid 3-0. Farlon's Giga Strong. PumP is now out of the tournament, but I really hope to see him again in the next one. Looking forward to that as well. Good amount of damage here from the hero. Maybe a little bit too much, at least during the spikes. Would absorb the elements, but yeah, Farlon's still alive. He's still kicking. Let's see what he can do in the losers finals.